Welcome to this InDesign tutorial on typesetting. We're using Chapter 3 of the Exploring InDesign CS6 by Cengage. If you're using the book, you can go to the cengagebrain.com website referred to in the book, which is located here, and go to the student companion site for this book. You'll be logging in to and locating your book and locating the student companion site to get your materials by chapter. There are artwork and resources that contain the original files to start with, so you'll have to unzip the file. And I have one right here, unzipped. It's the 03 artwork and resources folder. And also there's a handout, and it's a PDF. This one is not really named the way you'd think it would be. It's just a number. But it has directions as a PDF file. If you're not using the book, you can type in a menu and still follow along to emulate the project, which looks like this. Before we start, we need to get everything set up for success. So the project calls for certain fonts. If you don't have those fonts, then you could install them on your computer. Now, what was given to us, and if we go into this artwork and resources folder for Chapter 3, we're looking at the 03C Desserts Menu folder. And inside of that, you're going to notice two files for InDesign. 03C Desserts Menu .indd. Okay, that's the one that you are going to open. The one that says IDML, that's basically if you're using CS4 or CS5 version of the software. That's an earlier version than the one that we're actually using. And any Creative Cloud users are going to be able to open this, because this is actually a CS6 version of the InDesign file. We also have the documents, which I was referring to. Now, they give us Minion Pro and Myriad Pro, several different situations of these fonts, and you could install them on your system, whether it's with a Windows or Macintosh system. But most operating systems have these. The project also calls for something called Trajan Pro, which is a typeface that has naturally a uppercase and lowercase capital letters naturally occurring in it. So if you don't find something that's exactly like it, not to worry, but it is a font that is small caps, so you might have to deal with that if you don't have it. Okay, after opening the file, and that's what we're going to do here, is open the Desserts Menu INDD file, which is the native file format for InDesign. And we have to wait for it, my little waiting thing here. So, all right, just a second here. It takes a second to open it, so you want to be patient with InDesign. It's a pretty hefty program to run these things. So once you open the file, there's something that you're going to notice. Now I'm going to navigate through here a little bit. It's setting itself up. Okay, you're going to notice a blank text box here. Okay, and unfortunately we have to type the text in this, as we cannot select the text directly from the PDF. That's unfortunate. this is not really selectable text. As you can see here, I'm just trying to draw around it and it's just selecting the box. So we're going to have to type this in, but not to worry, it's not all that bad. And how we set this up is, the way that typesetting works is that we start with plain text. So the way that you're going to type it in, we're going to use our type tool, and in the text box that's blank, we're going to start typing desserts. Okay, so I'm not going to do the whole thing right in front of you. You're going to take over and look at the PDF and type it in. But first of all, we start with pure text without any formatting. Then we set the larger amount, or the most common style and size of text. Then we do the fine details last. And in this way, we're efficient and we are faster in our production. If we have to set every line by line, then we end up going back and forth and waste a lot of time. So another thing to keep in mind with typesetting, it's about controlling not only the styles, but all of the spacing of the text, both vertically and across horizontally. So one of the things that we'll do is we'll start typing this all in, and if you take your frame here and minimize it, okay, a little bit shortened from side to side, okay, and get that text box open, and then if you have your PDF to the side here so that you can see both, okay, then you'll be able to type this in. And so basically we're typing in what we see, all upper and lower case. Believe it or not, these are small caps, and so you just want upper lower case in this way. And the glyph that you see, we're just going to put a Z in there as a placeholder. Okay, so we go ahead and type these things in. Okay, so one of the things that we do need to do while we're typing this in, we need to see the hidden characters. So I'm going to go under the Type drop-down menu and select Show Hidden Characters, okay, so that we can see basically all of our hidden characters, the text returns, because if we look at also our example, you're going to see a few things like the text returns for paragraphs, and also soft returns as well. And that part of that is important because there's a soft return at the end of the name of each item on the menu. Okay, so far we're going to type this in, and as I'll type mine, and then you go ahead and type in to your project. Then we want to save this under a new name. Now, I did save a version of this. I named it in this way with my name afterwards, and so you can do the same. Save often, save early, so that you don't lose anything. Okay, and in the next video we will format.